Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Geo interior wall sconce. This is the 21550. Let's get into the size of it to begin with, and the total height is coming in at 24.4. The width on it is coming in at 10, and the depth, that's the distance from the wall coming out, is 4.9. So it's not that far out. Coming in at 7 pounds. So it's very light. The back plate on this is going to be 5.5 inches by 5.5. It's going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box. And the mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your J box, is coming in at 8.9. I want to show you a little bit more information about all of this, and a great way to do it is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of the screen. Midway down you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So if you can open up that for me, it's going to show you a full parts list, which is going to be basically a back plate that'll go onto here, a mounting plate, and then you have the fixture itself, the glass in the front. Very, very simple. But the install sheets, they show you some really good line drawings and schematic drawings of the inside of this and how it goes on your J-box. So take advantage of that if you can. Why don't we talk about glass on this, because it's kind of interesting. You've got two different types of glass you're going to be able to use. One is going to be frosted. That's going to be an opaque piece of glass, so you're not going to be able to see your socket or your bulb. The other one's going to be this clear textured glass, and it is clear, so light is going to come through. You'll see a bit of an outline of your bulb. However, it has this very cool texture that almost seems like running water, which is kind of cool. So it's got a bit of a pattern going on to it. I've seen that glass before in my life, and I've always liked it, and I always thought about other applications it could be used in, and this is a great application for it. So there. Okay, now let's talk about these. Let's talk about sockets. Let's talk about light bulbs. It's going to be using a Type B. That's a smaller bulb. We all grew up with these little guys. So that's the bulb that you're going to be using. So because you need to fit the bulb behind the glass, you're going to be using either a flame tip or a torpedo of a Type B chandelier bulb. And these come in different ways. So you can still use an incandescent if you want to. That's what this is. And you can go up to 60 watts for that, so there's no problem there. And you can still find these out in the world. They come frosted, they come clear, but 60 watts max for an incandescent is your limit because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. When you get into LEDs, there's really no limit. So the limit is really, can the bulb fit behind it? And this bulb, which is just a torpedo shape, but I can get this in a flame tip as well, is a typical LED you'll find out in the world. You can find them all kinds of ways. So 40 watt equivalent, 60 watt equivalent. I found this one on Amazon at a 75 watt equivalent. A customer of mine actually emailed me a link to a little slightly taller one that was a 100 watt equivalent. I thought that was very interesting. But you know, on this fixture I would probably go for a 60 to a 75 watt equivalent. Easy to find. You can find them. You can find them at Ace Hardware. You can find them at a garage, Lowe's, Home Depot, any of those kind of places. Easy to find at my grocery store in Vermont. So if I can find it at a grocery store, you can find them everywhere in America. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in different ways. 2700 Kelvin super yellow light, which actually could look very pretty in this if it was kind of a romantic, like a dining room situation. They're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight. Daylight sounds like it should be a warm light. It's not a warm light. That's that bluish white hospital waiting room or overcast day. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is warm white or soft white. That's going to be 3,000 Kelvin. We talk about it in every video. And that's the same kind of warmth of light that comes from an incandescent bulb. So that's what we like to use here. As a matter of fact, the bulbs that are above us, these lights are 3,000 Kelvin, warm white, soft white. And you can see what a nice glow that puts down. So that would be kind of my take on it. The other thing about it is it's very much a dimmable fixture. It doesn't matter if you're using an incandescent or an LED. Just make sure you get a dimmable LED bulb if you're going that way. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.